Good morning, my dear children. Welcome to the online science class. So, my dear children, how are you all? I hope you are fine and you are safe. Have you all completed copying notes in your notebook? Yes. Okay. So far we have you have revised up to chapter 2, right? So start to learn chapter 3. Okay. As we followed earlier, according to that, only one more question. So read line by line and read the one more question and read the question answer line by line. Okay. So from that, I am gonna to ask you 10 questions. You should answer it. Okay. It's for your goodness, so please cooperate with us. Okay. And if you have any doubts, you can call me. Okay, no problem. I can clarify your doubts. Okay, no problem. You're heartily welcome. So go through it. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can call me or you can text me. Okay, so or else if you have any doubt, we will discuss it in the Zoom interaction class. Okay. Okay, so far we have completed up to 5 chapters, right? So 2 more lessons are more. So today we are going to learn a new lesson. Okay, new chapter. After completing our 7 chapters, next we will revise the question, not question answer, the one word question. Okay, next we will revise one chapters in a class. Okay, so please attend the Zoom interaction class. In the Zoom interaction class only, I'm gonna to tell you some important words in line by line or some important things. Okay, how we can learn easily, how we can go through the topics easily. Okay, so please attend the class. Okay, and one more thing, please copy the notes. Okay, don't ask the notes at the end of your semester. Okay, so only I'm giving only small amount of portion in a day to complete. Okay, so we will go through the chapter. Okay, so a new chapter. Okay, take your textbook also. The important word I'll say, you should mark it in your textbook. Okay, so it is easy for you to learn. Okay, so take your textbook and take a pencil along with you. Okay, we will start the chapter. Okay, new chapter, chapter 6, light and sound. You know about light and you know about the sound, right? So we are going to learn some detailed topic related to light and sound. So what do you mean by light? Where we are getting light? From sun, when from moon, then light bulb, tube light, from anything, right? Then from sound, we are creating sound, right? What are the natural sounds? Thunder, right? Natural sound. Volcano eruption, natural sounds are coming. So first we are going to learn about the light. Okay, so light and sound are the two forms of energy, important two forms of energy. Okay, so first we are going to learn about the light. Okay, sun is the main source of light. We know that sun is the main source of light. So without light we can't see anything, right? So with the light only we can see everything. If you go outside at the night in a dark place, can you able to see anything? No. With the help of torchlight only you can see what are the objects near to you, right? So without light we can't see anything, right? So luminous object and non-luminous object, two objects are there. Okay, so objects such as sun, okay, objects such as sun that produce their own light are called luminous object. Okay, so mark the line what I am marking here. Okay, so an object that can produce their own light is called luminous object. Example, sun. Okay, sun and sun, with the sun, reflection of sun only, moon, the moonlight is we can able to see. Okay, so moon is not a luminous object. Why? Because the light of sun will reflect upon the moon, so that only the moon looks brighter. Okay, it's not their own light of moon. Due to the light of sun only the moon is glowing. Okay, but we are saying it is a moonlight, not it is a moonlight. With the help of sunlight the moon is glittering. Okay, so objects such as sun that produce their own light, because sun is producing their own light, is called luminous object. And any object that can produce their own light are called luminous object. Okay, so luminous object are classified further into two types: natural luminous object and artificial luminous object. Okay, two types. Sun is the natural luminous object, and lamp and bulb that can also produce their own light, right? So but they are man made, they are artificial. Okay, so luminous object, natural sun. Okay, and artificial luminous object, it is lamp and bulb. Okay, but example of luminous object, natural thing is, one is sun and the next one is stars. Okay, stars can glow on their own. Okay, and then living thing mean some worms, fireflies. Have you ever seen that fireflies and glow worms? I have seen in my childhood days. Now during the lockdown time, I have seen so many glowworms. Have you seen that glowworms? It have a light in its back, right? It will fly. Okay, so if you wanna know about the glowworms, ask your parents. Okay, your parents knew about the glowworms. Okay, then next one, non-luminous object. We have learned about the luminous object and non-luminous object. So other object, moon. Okay, so the moon does not have their own light. Okay, but still we can see it, right? Why we are seeing the moon means it reflects the light from the another object. It reflects the light of the sun. Okay, so those objects that reflect the light of other object are called non-luminous object. So moon is a non-luminous object. Okay, it can't produce their own light, but it can reflect the light of the other object. Okay, like the sun. Okay, so when light fall on, if the light fall on the non-luminous objects such as glass, mirrors, it's either transmitted nor reflected or observed. Okay, if you take a piece of glass, if it is if you are using your mirror, okay, mirror means we while we do hairdos and we do our makeup, right? So that mirror, if you take that mirror and put a light in that, the light will reflect it. Why means the back surface is coated, right? And if you are taking the mirror glass, okay, glass piece means if you put the light, it will be transmitted to the other side. Okay, so if the light, if you put the light, if you fall, the light fall on the non-luminous object, it is either absorbed, either transmitted or reflected. Okay, then so based on, okay, so based on how the luminous object treat, if it is if it is reflecting or it is transmitting or it is absorbing, so it is according to that the non-luminous objects are classified into three types. Okay, transparent, translucent or opaque, not or opaque, and opaque. And opaque is the third substance. Okay, transparent, translucent and opaque. Okay, so transparent means it allow light to pass through. Transparent object means it allows the light to pass through. For example, glass, any glass, specs, any glass. If you take a piece of glass, it the light fall on the glass, it will transmit the light to the other side. Okay, so that is the transparent subject. Then translucent object means it transmits only some amount of light. Okay, it object only allows a certain amount of light or some amount of light. Okay, so that amount of light is we cannot be able to see through them. It's not enough to see. Okay, hence we call that object as a translucent. We can't able to see the other side, not too much. Okay, a little bit. Okay, transparent means fully it will transfer, but translucent means not fully, at a little bit, little, somewhat. Okay, then opaque means it does not allow any light to pass through. Opaque substance means does not allow any light to pass through. We cannot be able to see through the object. For example, wood or anything. Wood, paper is an opaque, translucent object. If you pass the light through the paper, the other side a light will be there, not clearly we can able to see. It's like little bit blurred, but the light, there's a light, we can see that. Okay, so opaque means we can't able to see anything, that the light does not pass through the object. For example, wood, bench, cloth, mud pot or anything. Okay, so these are the three objects: transparent, translucent and opaque. Do you understand up to this much? Yes. Okay, then next one is shadows. So what do you mean by shadow? You know about shadow, right? You will play with shadow. right? So there are some shadow tricks are there, right? With the help of our fingers we can make the face of rabbit, we can make the face of dog with the help of shadows, right? So when an opaque object are in the part of a light ray, so if we place an opaque object, so if it is in the path of the light ray, the light cannot pass through, right? So if there is a, we can take a wall. If there is a wall, if you pass the light through it, it cannot pass, right? So if you think a wall is there, okay, so a light cannot pass through, but a shadow can be formed there, right? A shadow can be formed there. So if the light cannot pass through the object, the opposite side of the object where light has not reached form a dark region, right? So the opposite side form the dark region. So our body is also an example object, right? If you are walk in a street, the sunlight is there, so the sunlight will not pass through our body, right? So a dark shade will be on the other side, it is the shadow. Okay, the remaining part there will be a light. You are thinking some other process is going on, nothing is going on. If you take a pencil, if you are passing the light, the shadow of the pencil is below the ground, right? Why? Means the light cannot pass through the shadow, the pencil, so the shadow, a dark region will be formed that is looking like a shape of the object. Okay, so transparent object always allow the light to pass through. Transparent object always allow the light to pass through, hence no shadows are formed. But translucent object, only little amount of light can pass through. A small shadow, small shadow means we can't able to define that object. This object is there, we can't define that object, but a little shadow we can see, something is there, like that we can say. Okay, so opaque object, in opaque object only a shadow will be formed. Okay, so if you are walking through a street, if a street light is there, all other places will be dark, light, and the face, your structure will be in the ground, right? So this is due to the opaque subject. Because you are opaque, you cannot, the light cannot pass through your body, so your shape is looking like a shadow. Okay, then shadows have some following characteristic. Okay, so the shadow will be like the shape of the object. We know that the shadow will be like the shape of the object. So if the light fall on the object, opaque object, the shadow forms on the opposite side. We all know that the shape will be same as what is there, and if the light falls on the object only, the shadow will be formed on the opposite side. Okay, so for example, we can say, right, morning, when you see, when you face the east direction, the shadow will be formed behind you, right? It is formed behind you because the sun is in front of you, right? So in the evening, if you face the west direction, the shadow will be behind you because the sun is in front of you. Okay, so there are similar direction according to the light where it is. Okay, in the night time, if you see that your shade will be in the back side or front side, according to the direction where the light it is. Okay, so the because light fall on the opaque object, it's correct, but from which side the light is focusing, either it is in the top layer, is in the front of you, or is in the back of you, it's depending upon this only your shadow will be, if it is in the right side, or if it is in the left side, or if it is behind you, or if it is front. Okay, so depending upon the direction of light. Okay, so the place of the shadow or the direction of the shadow will be. Okay, do you understand up to this much? Then the length of the shadow, and the length of the shadow also depend upon the position of the source of light. Okay, so if you are going in a straight path, your shadow will be in the front side. You know that your shadow will be in the front side. Okay, but it's somewhat it will be different, right? Somewhat it will be different, but the shape, okay, how it is, if your shadows are shorter, okay, in the noon time your shadows are shorter. Why? Means the sun is above your head, right? It is above your head, and it is at the noon time, your shadows too shorter. Okay, on the evening and in the morning time it is too longer. It looks like an elongated shadow. Okay, so in the noon time the shape of the shadow is shorter. Why? Means the sun is above the top level, and the evening and the morning time the shape of the shadow is longer. Okay, so an object will block more light when it is closer to the source of the light, so the shadow formed is bigger. Okay, so we can block more light, okay, when it is close to the source of the light. Okay, it is above the top level, so only it look sorry if it is behind, if the sun is in front of you or back of you, we can block more light so that only the shadow is so bigger. But it is, if it is the top of the head, we cannot be able to block so many part of the light, so only it is looking like a shorter shadow. Do you understand up to this much? I think this will be some difficult for you to understand. If you can't able to understand, we can discuss it in the Zoom interaction class. Okay, once again I am repeating again. Listen carefully. Okay, so in the morning and in the evening, okay, take two time, and then noon is there. Okay, so if morning and evening the shadow will be front of you. Okay, so is it this front, it is in the front side, but the direction may differs. Okay, direction may differs in the morning time and the evening time, because the sun direction is different, right? So the sunshine and the sunset direction is different, so the shape of the shadow will be, sorry, not shape, the direction will be differ. First one. And the second one is during noon time the sun is above our head, right? So the shape of the shadow is shorter. Okay, during morning time and the evening time, and the shape of the shadow is longer. Okay, why? Means at noon time it is above your head. Okay, we cannot be able to block so many light. Okay, so only we are seeing the shadow is shorter. Okay, but morning and evening time it is at the front of you or back of you, so only we are able to block so much amount of light, so only our shadow is looking bigger. Okay, okay, then next one is sundial. Okay, sundial means, sundial are used in ancient time. Okay, it is used in ancient time for the people, for knowing the time. Okay, so a sundial has raised a piece of metal called gnomon. Okay, it is a piece of metal called gnomon. Okay, gnomon. Okay, it is in this, it sits in the middle of the dial. Okay, it sits in the middle of the dial, that is marked with the numbers, number of hours. Okay, so here will be number of hours, it sit in the middle of this, so that is called gnomon. Okay, so when the sunlight fall on the dial, the reflection of the gnomon on the dial will help them to time approximately, because I have said that according to the direction of the sunrise, the direction of the shadow also differ, right? So with the help of the shadow only they are using the sundial to find the time. Okay, see, the shadow is here, right? So when it comes to noon the shadow will be here, because the shadow is shorter, and it time goes by, it comes down. Okay, so according to the shadow, okay, according to the rays of light, according to the shadow, they are measuring their time. Okay, do you understand? Okay, so it is a piece of metal called gnomon. That middle piece is called gnomon. Okay, middle piece is called gnomon. Okay, do you understand? Okay, the next one is sound. Okay, sound is a wave or vibration that travels through air. Okay, we are hearing the sound, we can't only the sound we are hearing. So what is sound? Means it's a wave. Okay, it's a vibration. So vibration means, while you are talking, touch your throat, do you feel any vibration? While you are talking, do you feel any vibration? So that is the sound. Okay, that vibration, it travels through the air. Okay, that is the vibration, that is the sound. Okay, it's also one form of energy. Okay, so we can able to hear the sound with the help of our ears, right? So when hair cells inside our, when the hair cell received the sound inside, they are not receiving the sound, they are receiving the vibration. Okay, our hair cells inside our ears receiving the vibration, they are sending the signals to the brain. Okay, in this process only we can identify what sound is that. Okay, so sound can be soft or loud. Okay, so a whisper is a soft sound. Okay, it's a soft sound. If you are hearing a pleasant music, that is a soft sound. Okay, if there is a horn in vehicle, that is a loud sound. Okay, if you are playing some bass jazz music or pop music, rock music, that's a loud sound. Okay, so some sounds are pleasant to hear, that is music, sound made by birds, okay, that are very sweet to hear. Okay, so sound that are unpleasant to hear are called noise. A sound that is unpleasant means we feel irritated to hear that voice. Okay, we feel some irritation to hear that voice, that is called noise. Okay, so unpleasant sounds are usually loud and it is very painful, we feel very irritated to hear that sound. Okay, so if you keep the volume of the sound volume system, and if you hear a music, our ears will severely, we will get any hearing. Okay, while you are using your headphones. Okay, so if there is a limit for hearing that sound, right? Suddenly if you are raising up the volume, suddenly there will be a notification. If you raise up the volume button, your ear will be affected. Okay, so there is some medium for there is a level for voice hearing. Okay, so we should maintain that level. Okay, so the sound is above that level, it will be a noise, it is an irritating noise. Okay, do you understand up to this much? Okay, the next one is noise. Okay, when sound vibration are stronger, the sound is produced loudly, that is called noise. Okay, when the sound vibration are stronger, we know that sound is a vibration that travels through the air, but if the vibration are heavier or stronger, a sound is produced loudly. Okay, when the volume of the sound is above the normal level, we call that as noise. Okay, noise is very unpleasant for us. Constantly hearing loud sound lead to deafness also. Okay, loud music will lead to deafness also. Okay, so noise pollution, we know about noise pollution. What is noise pollution? Releasing large sounds into the environment, right? So that is disturbing the human beings, and the meanwhile it is disturbing the animals. Okay, so for example, due to sound produced by the submarines and ship, in the ship the horn is very very loud, right? So it affects the aquatic life under the water, right? They will feared, right? They will threatened by that sound. Okay, so even playing a loud music, if you are playing some pop-up rock-up music in your home theater with a loud noise, it will disturb your neighborhood, right? So noise is very irritating and unpleasant sound to us, right? So that will create some noise pollution. So there are some following steps that will prevent noise pollution. Okay, so do not listen to loud sound continuously. Okay, we should not listen loud sound continuously. Listening to loud music for more than many hours will harm your ears. Okay, it will affect your eardrum. Okay, so while using your headphones, please maintain a low volume to hear everything. Okay, don't raise up the volume button, please, because it will affect your eardrum. Okay, now you can feel it, you can dance it. Okay, after a grown up age, some stage, you will feel difficulty in your ears in hearing. Okay, so please avoid that. Then do not watch TV with high volume. Then avoid honking. Honking means don't use horn while driving. You can use necessity, you should use that, but don't overuse. Okay, if the noise from other vehicle is unbearable, you can use something such as cotton to block your ears. In traffic jams, okay, all the members in the vehicle will use the horn to disturb others, right? At that time you can use a cotton to close your ears. Okay, at a simple way to maintain your ear, you can use a cotton to close your ears. And one more thing, if any marriage houses or if any function houses are near to your house, they will play the music in the loud volume, right? At that time you can use a cotton bud, close your ears, just sleep well. Okay, don't worry about that. And I know that you will feel irritating during the exam time. If they play the voice low, TV volume the high amount also, you will feel irritated. You will tell your mother, father, and your sister to shut off the TV, right? So just put your cotton buds in your ear, close it, and do your work. Okay, so you should take care of your ears and do not expose to high amount of noises. Okay, so this lesson is an easy lesson. It's almost completed. Okay, short lesson, so only I have completed in one class, right? So in the previous lesson it take 2 pages to complete in one day, right? So it is totally completed because it's an easy topic and it's an interesting topic. If you have any difficulty in reading or learning this lesson, you can ask me in the Zoom interaction class. Ask your doubts, okay, clarify your doubts, so we can recall. So light and sound, right? First we have learned about the light. So what are the two objects? First one, luminous and non-luminous object. Then transparent. What are the three objects? Transparent, translucent, and opaque object. And then we have learned about the shadows. With the process of shadows only, they are using sundials. Okay, then we have learned about the sound. So what are the two sounds? Pleasant and unpleasant sound. Then finally we have learned about the noise, right? So I'll send the notes today, copy it in your notebook. If you have any doubt, we will discuss in the Zoom interaction class, or you can call me or you can text me. Okay, so we will meet in the next class. Until, take care, bye bye, thank you.